Hi there, my name is Soren. I am the founder of Component Creator, and today I'm going to teach you how to take a Joomla 2.5 component and use our SQL importer and upgrade it to a 3.3. A lot of users are currently scrambling to upgrade their Joomla 2.5 websites to Joomla 3.3 because there's end of support for Joomla 2.5, but a lot of websites are stuck because they have custom components that are built for Joomla 2.5, and it's quite a lot of work to upgrade that to Joomla 3.3. But one solution to get maybe, I don't know, 80 to 90% of the work done is to use Component Creator to generate all the basic structure for your component. And so that's what we're going to show today. I've gone to the Joomla extensions directory and I found a component. I don't know this component. It's called MantaJ. What I noticed about this component is that it's only compatible with Joomla 2.5, so it could give you a typical example of the kind of work that needs to be done in order to upgrade a component. And I'm gonna download this component and look and get the SQL import file from there and use that to import into the Joomla Component Creator. Typically, you're more likely not to find anything in the extension directory, or your component is not on the extension directory, but it's a component that you have developed and that's inside a client's project, and you need to upgrade that. So maybe it doesn't even have an install SQL file, but what you can then do is you can use phpMyAdmin or a similar tool to go and export the structure of that particular component, the database structure. So let's get at it. I've already downloaded this component. It's here, the structure is here. You can see it's ComManta, and then they have an admin and SQL folder, and inside there we have the install MySQL, UTF-8 SQL, and if we open that, we can see that it's basically a document with some SQL statements in it, and that's how it should work. That's how Joomla installs component. But what is neat in here is all the create table statements. Those are the same that you would get if you were to manually export from phpMyAdmin. The Component Creator importer will just use the create table statements and will ignore other statements such as the insert into statements. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and copy it. Then I'm going to go to the Component Creator and I'm going to log in. I will just log in with Facebook. And here is my view. I don't have any components, so I first have to add a component. I will call my component the same, MantaJ. And again, I would just this is just an example. I don't know MantaJ. We're not recommending MantaJ. We're not saying it's bad either. It's just a component that needs upgrading. What's important here really is just that I select Joomla 3, as that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to upgrade it to Joomla 3. So now I've created my component, ComMantaJ. It doesn't have any tables yet. Normally maybe I manually add a table at this point, or add an empty view or something like that. But now I'm going to go instead and import SQL. And if you remember, I've already copied the SQL from the install file. So what I could do is I could choose file and I could browse and find the file that I want to import, or I can simply just paste my SQL here. So I'm pasting it here, and you can see it's the same SQL as from the file. So we have create table Manta categories, we have create table Manta holders. So I'm just going to go click continue, and then we're going to see what happens. We get the kind of the SQL import view where we can confirm everything we do. So here it allows me to edit everything before I kind of commit. I can see I have a field called type, which we have said we think should be a text field. The length is 150 because that's what it was in the previous table. We have legal, which is a text area field. We have lots of different fields in each table. You can rename the table as well if you want to, or even change what kind of MySQL driver should be used. Then we're suggesting that you add some fields. We suggest that you add state, checked out time, and created by. If, for instance, ordering was not in this table, we would also have recommended that. Now, state is the standard field for published, and in the old times that field used to be called published. So a typical thing you probably do now is to remove the field published, so you can use the field state instead, because that works with the new version of Joomla. And so you go through all your tables. I'm not going to do that really for all of these tables now, plus I don't really know this component. But that's what you do. Maybe this one, yeah, this one has a publish too, so you can uncheck that. So I will just scroll all the way to the bottom. So as you can see, there's a lot of work that has been saved for you by doing all of this. And then at the bottom, I'm going to click import. And now we have 16 tables successfully imported into our component with lots of different fields, each table. Mentor relations, day to, day from, ordering, cons, registry. As I said, I don't know this component, but here you can change how you want things to work. So now I'm looking in my table called mentor places. Maybe I don't want in the list view all these admins, so I can simply take them out. Maybe I want to make sure that somebody puts in a name, so I make it required. This is all standard Joomla component stuff, but or component creator stuff. So I'm sure you're familiar with that, but basically we've created everything for you in a much faster way, and now it's ready to build. So if I build this component, I should be able to open it as soon as it's downloaded, and it will have all the files. So down here we have the old Joomla 2.5 component, and now we have the Joomla 3.3 component developed in the way it's meant to be developed for Joomla 3.3. We can try and look into one of these. So all the fields and all the functionality that you would expect from component creators here, load form data. Yeah, everything is there, and it has taken us a couple of minutes, and we've already, I would say, 80 to 90% of the work. Maybe in this seems like a pretty big component, it might be only 80, but it's been done, and so you can focus now on copying over kind of the core functionality that's unique to your component. So the changes that you might have to the models and the views and so on and so forth. And yeah, it really is that simple. And please feel free to leave a comment or like this video if you're watching it on YouTube, and ask any questions you may have. Thank you very much.